Hello, Mr. Chavez.
Hey, I'm out front. I'm in the red car.
Okay. I'm being ordered to take a vehicle. A cop vehicle.
Why?
Coming from the top.
Oh, wow. You see what I'm talking? You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case they say.
All right, let's do this.
We can meet somewhere if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna ping you a location.
Okay.
All right. See you in a bit.
Do you know my ping?
What's your number?
It is 9.
It's 9?
It is 9.
That's fucked up.
What's your number, Mr. Chavez?
1
Well, hi.
0.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's like the same.
Is it though?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like mine should be at least a 5.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah. You know what? I feel like it should be a 5.
Is there anyone else that is going to be privy to this? Because if this turns into something else, I will. It's gonna, that's not going to be good.
No one else is privy to it.
Okay. All right.
And it shouldn't turn into anything else.
All right.
I'm literally just
Okay.
going to go out and have a conversation with you off the record.
All right. Okay. All right. I trust you. All right.
Should I have someone else be privy to this?
No, it's just kind of like the dumb shit I had to do. You have no idea, Amber, the dumb shit I had to deal with. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing happened to you, earlier. It should be fine.
True. I agree. All right. Here's my ping number.
Wait. Okay.
Or sorry, there's the ping. Actually 10 makes sense because I'm 10 out of 10.
Are you sure I'm not gonna get shot here?
What the fuck? I thought we had a trust test.
I mean, we did, but you're choosing to meet at the same spot where Pratt met you and then got shot.
That is the point of the trust test.
Am I gonna get shot?
No, of course not.
I'm gonna get shot for being gullible and trusting you, Mr. Chavez.
You
Is that what's
are
gonna
not.
happen here?
You will not. Similar to what happened to Pred, why the fuck would I tell Pred, who then would have told everybody else where I was going and then get shot? You know what I mean? It's fucking absurdity.
Well, he did get shot.
He did
Mr.
by
Chavez.
God knows who.
You were the only one that knew where to meet him. No one else would go to the news building.
That's not true because he told me afterwards that he had people watching.
Okay, besides, cops.
Yeah, yeah, and clearly they weren't even fucking paying attention to whatever the fuck happened. Listen, you're gonna be fine, Amber. You have my word.
Okay, so, I'm trusting you, Mr. Chavez.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to get Drea's killer here. Okay.
That's why I met here originally. I want the same thing.
Okay, I'm on my way.
All right.
Okay,
in a bit.
bye.
I couldn't not be there here. Oh my God, dude. I listen, I am definitely taking a risk by coming here, but I can't not do it here. It's just the RP's so much better this way. And it makes sense too, right? I mean, Nino does like to kind of toe the line a little. But then also, like, if you think about it, what better way to gain trust than to bring her to the spot and she doesn't get harmed, right? For Nino, the character, you know, he's gonna think, well, look, nothing happened to you. Now do you understand what I'm saying? I always had good intentions to begin with. Now, he also knows there's a risk because in the back of his mind, he's seen some crazy shit, and it wouldn't surprise him if another cop fucking shot her in order to push a case. Oh no, dude. Oh no, dude. All right. She's taking her time, which is not a good thing. That only implies that the police department is setting something up. She would have been here by now. She 100% would have been here by now. They're shaking right now. They're fucking wondering. All right, chat. We are 100%. Okay, here's the thing, right? This time we have someone else's weapon. We have Doodle's weapon. So when the shots are fired and the guy jumps into the water and uses his oxygen tank, they're going to look at the casings and it's going to come back to Doodle's CID. So this is going to be absolutely perfect. The good thing about it is the gun that Doodle got is the Nino.
Hey, Nino, it's Roman.
Hey, we should chat in a little bit. I'm about to talk to someone about something, but I want to catch up on some things. I got my boys. I got two of my guys looking into getting. Well, I'll talk in a little bit. I don't want to.
Yeah, I should be around for a few hours. So
hell yeah! All right, brother. Talk to you soon. Oh, they're 100% scrambling. We just, as long as he stays in the bush, he's gonna be fine. Da-na-na-na. Yeah, we have someone in the bush with Doodle's gun, and they're gonna shoot Amber. So that way, it looks like, at least to them, Nino.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm over here in the parking lot.
Okay. Oh, the same spot.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Do I need to? I need to go search bushes.
I don't know. Listen, you made sure no one followed you, right?
I think so.
All right.
I mean, I'm on duty. They can see my.
Hey, wait. Stand right over here. All right, right over here. All right.
What? Are you? Why are you positioning me, Mr. Chavez?
I mean, do you want me to position you?
Not in the way that you're positioning me now.
Okay. Well, where do you want to position yourself? I don't really care. We could.
I'll position myself here.
Okay. All right. That works. All right. So, lay it on me.
Right here.
All right. So what's up? I'm sure you got a series of questions.
Okay. I mean, I do. We can just start where you left off.
All right. I don't remember where we left off, so you good?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Listen,
Yes.
I don't like this conversation. I don't, in fact, I don't fully enjoy my conversations. I enjoy my conversations with Pred. I do. But there is definitely some level of reluctancy because to you, it's just talking. To me, it's a lot more than that. It's working with a department that has historically fucked me over, quite frankly. I mean, don't get me wrong. There has been some cases where, I'm not gonna kick my feet over, but there's a lot of I've been fucked over quite a bit by the PD, and I'm sure you hear that a lot.
Yeah, I do actually.
But
Trust me, ever since I started doing investigation stuff, I've been hearing that more and more, but that's why I'm trying to do things a little bit differently, Mr. Chavez.
And how's that?
Well, for one, I'm actually here listening to you without judgment. And I'm taking the time to get down to Drea's murder attempt. Right? Am I?
Yeah. Well, I hope so. But only time is going to tell, right? Trust takes a while
Right.
to build.
Okay. Well, I feel like you can trust me, Mr. Chavez, unless there's a reason that I shouldn't. But right now, I'm going in with a blank slate.
You stood side by side with Preddy last night.
Yeah?
So I wouldn't say the slate is exactly blank.
I mean, I'm here without Pred.
You are. But you
Pred's
stand
not
in...
really giving you the time and place, right? But I am.
I mean, he does. He does answer my calls. I do gamble with him occasionally.
And in the end, he still is my sheriff. So I do have a chain of command to respond to. But I can do my best with where I'm at right now.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever questioned the people around you? Have you ever seen things that maybe you shouldn't have seen? Have you ever
Probably,
turned a
yeah.
blind eye? And why? Why didn't you stand up against it?
Well, if I did find out anything kind of like odd, it's before I was even a deputy. I will just say that.
You think it was okay?
No.
What about last night when Pred stood up there alongside Bundy and pointed out some names and then said that having legal representation makes you look guilty? You know what kind of message that sends to people?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know I have my bar too, right, Mr. Chavez?
Really?
Yeah. So I always tell people that they should get representation.
But then why stand up there next to him?
Because we're a team and we work together, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to get to the bottom of my own conclusions. Right?
But you know, to the people, that looks like you're supporting him when it comes to things like that. You know, sworn officers standing up on the stairs of the courthouse stating, you look guilty if you look for representation. It just doesn't that kind of sort of go against everything that you should be standing for? The oath you swore.
The thing here, Mr. Chavez, is that I work for the sheriff and we are a team. It doesn't mean that I will always see eye to eye with him, but he is still my sheriff. Just because he says something doesn't mean that it's coming from my mouth. So it's kind of a blanket statement for you to think that what he's saying, I therefore support 100%.
I know. I'm just saying maybe next time you might not want to stand next to him when he's saying crazy things like that. It puts you in the same bucket, right? I mean, just like if I had 10 people behind me and I said some heinous thing and they didn't say a word and continued to stand next to me. But anyways, I think we're getting off topic a little bit. So what questions do you have? Because it sounded like some of this information was new to you.
No, I was mostly just listening, but yeah, maybe some of that is new to me. The problem is that, you know, we ask for representation for people, and instead we get lawyers who tell people who aren't even suspects to plead the fifth.
Do you understand why that's happening?
Because people have trust issues with cops.
And where do you think those trust issues came from?
Other officers.
Exactly.
But you realize how that makes it harder for us, like in this example, to find who shot Drea Johnson?
But
because
if the
people like Sophia Castellano, who works for you, is advised to have a lawyer that hides her from a bolo when she's not even a suspect.
Amber, you seem like an intelligent individual. If people are being brought in, thrown in for 24-hour holds, 72-hour holds, with next to no evidence, when the evidence is so minuscule and that writs of habeas corpus are able to be submitted, releasing said individuals, when officers are claiming are throwing witnesses under the bus, claiming people are involved in in things that they know they're not involved in, what do you think those around them are going to start doing? They're not going to say a word. They're going to call the cop. They're going to call their lawyers, and they're going to not give not say a thing. I mean, Amber, like I told you, I was told that I am going to be thrown in. I'm going to have a bolo placed against me. for simply trying to find out what happened to my friend. Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I understand that your job is getting harder as a result. But, you know, I hope to some level you understand that it's not like this is happening just because some kind of like fuck the cops kind of thing. But it's people trying to protect themselves from being charged and thrown into prison when they didn't have anything to do with anything. That's why lawyers tell you to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
So anyways, what do you want to know from me? How can I help you?
I have 3 questions regarding what you told me in regards to Drea Johnson.
All right.
Do you know where her vehicle was found after she was picked up?
No, because I don't know when she was picked up and what you're referencing.
Okay, so you have no idea where her vehicle was found after the fact?
I don't even know. I didn't even know how she was at the courthouse. At least not that I recall.
Okay. And you told me that she was found in water?
According to her.
She told me that her clothes were dry when they found her.
If she didn't tell me she was ocean dumped, someone else did. Or alternatively, I'm speculating an ocean dump due to the surroundings of what she initially said.
Can you tell me what she initially said? Because what's making it really hard is she had 2 different statements.
So, how do I put this? The conversation was enough days ago that I don't remember precise details. But what I do know is either she told me directly or someone that was there with her told me directly that she woke up at the hospital. I believe she said that she was shot and that she last remembers being with the doodle guy.
Okay.
So when you put things together, I'm now questioning whether she told me she was ocean dumped or whether I assumed she was ocean dumped, because that's typically what happens when people wake up at the hospital.
Right. And have amnesia.
Exactly.
So that's my biggest issue.
I will say another thing is that she didn't remember a lot originally because I was trying to ask her questions because it was so out of the blue, and I was hoping that she recalled something that would clue us in as to who may have been involved. But when I mentioned the name Doodle to her hours later is when she started to recall a little bit more surrounding it, and she was also convinced that it was the guy. And this is after I talked to the taxi driver.
Does she know who Daniel Doodle is?
Mm-hmm.
So she's had a situation with him prior.
Yes.
Do you know anything about that?
Yes. Do you?
No, she didn't tell me anything.
Okay. So I'm just going to point this out, not to be a dick or nothing, but just for you to have in the back of your mind, is that I've made this statement now to 3 separate offices, and apparently it never got back to you. But once I heard the name Danny Doodle from the taxi guy, I brought it up to Drea. That's when she had one of those Drea moments, you know, where she gets very hyper and comes to some kind of like eureka moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's when she's like, holy shit, this was probably the guy. He did kind of look like him, da-da-da-da-da. And mind you, I don't even know Doodle, Donnie, Danny Doodle. I don't fucking know, right? She told me like he had a name, but he goes by Doodle. and that he used to make like pictures and shit, posters or whatever. But anyways, she told me that this guy had like a vendetta against members of the campaign, and that he posted a video at Weasel News, and that tape still exists.
Do you know if it's possible to still get that?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be on the Weasel News website?
No. I am very sadly disappointed that none of this information got to you. I tried to say, go to Weasel News, ask them for it. And it's just like, I think you did it. I think you're smoke screening, da 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 da. When that was never the case. I can get you the tape.
I would like to see that.
I'll talk to my contacts at LSPN and I'll have them pull it from if they've got a copy somewhere.
Okay.
I've already seen the tape, by the way. Because unfortunately, when the police are not able to investigate, you got to look into things yourself. It's not just Drea that I'm worried about. It's about everybody that might be surrounding her. Because I don't know if this fucking guy is going to start going after other people.
Right.
And the other thing, I'm just going to throw this out there, Amber. But just because she managed to survive this time doesn't mean she's going to survive again. And if this guy ends up going after someone else, who's to say they're going to survive?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get on top of this as fast as possible, Mr. Chavez.
I appreciate that.
I do have a question about the taxi driver.
Mm-hmm.
You said you would not tell me who his name is, but I feel like that's a pretty critical factor here.
I've been trying to contact him, only if he's interested. Now, here's the problem. I don't think this taxi driver is going to be credible for you. And if he agrees to speak with you, because he'll know the details better than I do, because, otherwise it's a game of telephone. But I think you're going to find he's going to be a very not so credible witness.
What if I tell you that I won't bring him in and I won't question him, but just from my knowledge?
That's not how I operate.
What if I mention a name and
No. Here's the thing, Amber. When I say I'm a man of my word, I do mean that. When I give you my word, I give you my fucking word. And in the same way, I am sort of giving you I give people know that if they tell me things in confidence, I will not utter their name again. And trust me, I've had to deal with situations in the past where I've almost lost family because they never understood that concept. That just because they are family, that they're somehow privileged to everything and everyone I know. Someone tells me something in confidence, it is not my place to just freely give that up. That's what a true snake is, Amber. So, like I said, I'll see if he'll come forth.
But you don't think that he's very credible?
I know he isn't. I think if you put him up on a stand, he's going to be discredited immediately. Not because there's no association between me and him. However, I think due to his record, there's going to be problems.
Can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
Does this taxi driver drive a typical taxi?
I don't know. I didn't even know he did taxis, if I'm going to be honest.
What if I tell you I think I know who it is?
Maybe you do. I'd be surprised if you did, to be honest.
I feel like this is a huge block, you know?
Mm-hmm. Look, I understand you've got reasons not to tell me what it is that you know, and I get that, but I can try to help you. I can't promise I can get the, you know, I can't promise that I can get you the information, but I can at least try. And so I'm going to ask, what piece are you missing? What is it that you need? Or do you think this is so far gone that you're pulling at strings now?
No. What I need is, to be honest, I really do need the taxi driver. I need to speak with that taxi driver.
Fuck.
That's
All
honestly one of the key pieces and why I haven't been able to book anyone yet.
Have you tried to interrogate the guy?
Yep.
What if you got the tape? What if you played the tape? What if you tell him you have... I mean, does the guy talk? I already know you had him down in the cells today, by the way.
Daniel DeVoodle, we had him in the cells today.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Don't
Was that right
fuck
here?
with me, Amber.
What?
Did you really
Mr.
not know
Chavez?
he was in the cells?
I didn't know because I've been waiting for him to be around all day.
Next time that thing won't miss. I'm going to give you one more opportunity.
What the hell?
No, I'm just fucking with you. It's a meteor.
Okay, he was not in the cells today.
Are you sure about that? He wasn't interrogated?
No. Do you know who he was pulled in by?
That is very strange.
Because if someone else is pulling people in...
I assumed it was you and Pred.
Nope.
This happened 4 hours ago.
We haven't seen him all
what
day.
time is it? It would have been 4 hours ago. Was he pulled in yesterday?
Nope.
I'll get back to you on that. That's not good. I promise you that is not good.
Why?
Because I know he was in the cells.
He wasn't in the cells with us.
Doesn't mean he wasn't questioned.
To my knowledge, he hasn't been around all day because I've been checking.
Is it possible that there's more than one person with names similar to Donnie Doodle, and maybe the name that I've been giving you is the name of somebody else?
Have you been giving me the name of someone else the entire time?
I have been giving you a name to the best of my memory, something Doodle. The only thing that I know is the guy's name is like Donnie, Danny, this something, but he goes by Doodle. Does the guy that you've been looking into draw pictures?
Yeah, you're thinking about a clown. It's something completely different.
It's also possible that the names that I've been getting has been confused with somebody else. Who are you looking into?
Someone very similar to the name you're mentioning. Don't worry about it. I have the right one. No, we weren't talking to him
I need
today.
to see a photo.
I can't give you a photo.
Give me a
I don't
photo
even
of
have
both of
one.
them.
Nino, I can't give you photos. If you really
Why?
want
I
one,
can
go
go
look in
down-
the MDW.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So why could you not
There's
give me
one
public
not in there,
information?
so I can't
Amber,
give
you're
it
making
to you.
this very difficult
I'm
right now.
not.
You're making
Mr.
it very
Chavez,
difficult.
there's no photos in the MDW.
You're telling me that you legally cannot show me a photo of these individuals?
No, I'm saying I don't have a photo because there's no photo in the MDW.
So you have photos, but you can't give me those photos because they're only in your investigative report.
No, I actually don't have photos at all.
How do you not have photos? How are you going to be like, is this the guy? Because at some point, you would imagine there might be a lineup. And if there's a lineup, but you don't got the photos, then how can there be a lineup?
You know, Mr. Chavez, if I was the first to book him, I would have, why is it do? Oh. I was the first person to book him on anything.
Make sure my deputy doesn't get shot, Mr. Chavez.
Oh, I'm going to make sure she
understand.
gets shot, but only with her consent.
Oh. It's not like that, Sheriff.
Right, that's fine. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Chavez? You look great.
Oh, thank you. I've been enjoying the all white.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good look on you.
So how long were you in the area?
I just came here. I
Really?
had a fucking meeting. We're forming, you know, I can't really talk too much in details. But
Yeah.
we have a new unit in the midst, and I had to take care of stuff. Otherwise, I would have loved to come see you. I enjoy our time together.
Yeah, you know, I do too.
Do have a little bit of PTSD, though, but that's fine.
Well, you know, hopefully you find whoever the fuck was involved in that, because whoever did it, fucking dumbass.
Oh, yeah, dumb as fuck. You could just tell me who did it.
Well, I wish. Well, let's not get
I'll take your
derailed.
word for it.
I was asking for photographs because as I started to suspect throughout our conversation, it looks like there's two Donnie Dangles or whatever the fuck.
What's a Donnie Doodles?
He got him confused with the clown guy.
Well, I don't.
Sheriff.
Well, see,
Oh,
that's
Scruffy Doodle.
well, see, that's a problem. I understand that I got these names through, like, I don't know who these people are, right? So their names have been given to me from other people, and they barely knew their names. So if there's two people with similar names, I don't know which one it is. You know what I mean? So the ideal is if I can get photographs of these two, I can identify them, right? So how do they look like, Amber?
I mean, one's a clown.
Okay, but does he wear makeup? I mean, obviously he does, right?
The one you saw today was he was wearing he has a clown mask on, sir.
And how does he look underneath?
I don't know. Just like a clown.
He's a juggalo. But we gotta be. He's a juggalo. You know, he's down with the clown, ICP, chicken hunting, hatchet gang.
Wait, Burger Shot?
Well, not the burger shop, but that particular individual is. You know, he fucks with ICP heavy.
Okay, but so does the Burger Shot guy.
Oh, so wait, who are we talking about? Scruffy Doodle.
Well, if you're mentioning the ICP guy, are you talking about the guy that works at Burger Shot?
I came in here at an odd time. Maybe you should continue talking to
Yeah.
because I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Yeah, no
He's
worries.
just talking about how he got someone confused that he thought we brought down to the cells to interrogate today, but he was talking about Scruffy Doodle, not the other guy.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, that guy's fucked.
Why would that guy be fucked, Mr. Chavez?
Because I think others got confused as well. And so, did he get representation?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank God. All right. So,
What do you mean? Other people got confused?
it doesn't matter.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
It doesn't matter.
Was someone watching? They thought that was the guy you're looking for, and suddenly his life is in danger, Mr. Chavez.
No. See, now you're going down the same rabbit hole where you're thinking his life is in danger.
Yeah. Now I feel like his
No,
life
no,
is
no.
in danger.
He almost didn't get representation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
no,
is
he got
it that you cops like to
representation.
jump to these conclusions like I'm going around like fucking
The way that
murdering?
you phrased it.
Yeah, if the guy doesn't get proper representation, that's fucking
You
sad.
knew exactly what you were doing, Mr.
No,
Chavez. I know that you're smarter than that.
The funny,
and you were hanging like a little like candy in front of my face.
no, but see that's
and then like, well, why did you think this was a piece of candy? It's not. It's
no,
just a rock.
see, but that's the funny thing because that's not what I was thinking whatsoever. Well, that's what I find amusing about it. Anyways, let's get back to the point. How do you know for sure it's one and not the other?
Because I know.
So there's no way that the clown guy is blonde or
No.
white with... Okay. You haven't tried washing his makeup off?
No.
And you don't have a photograph of the other guy so I can look at it and be like, this is the guy?
No. Mr. Chavez, I feel like you've been wanting a lot of stuff from me in this conversation, but I haven't been getting a whole lot from you.
Well, I don't have any. I've already told you everything I know. I feel like
Andrea has given two inconsistent
say that-
statements, which makes it very hard for us to
is
place
Pred
blame
making
on
you feel a
someone.
little uncomfortable right now?
Not really, sir.
I mean, I can leave if that's the
Do you
case.
mind,
If you
Pred?
guys want me gone,
Is
yeah, I
Pred
can
making
head out
you
of
feel
here.
uncomfortable right now?
No, I just I think no offense, Pred.
Got you. When
You
you're
know,
done
superiors
jerking
around.
off in front of
Mm.
my deputy, you know what I mean? We can have a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember what you said before.
I do need to talk to Gold before I leave. Gold, come here.
It's not gaslighting, but Nino has noticed that it's not. Nino noticed that when Pred is here, she's going to feel like she's under a microscope. So she tightens up her questioning, and her questioning gets a little bit more rough. So he knows as soon as Pred arrived, and it's not really Pred's fault, really, but she works for him, right? So her demeanor completely shifted the moment he arrived, and in turn it's preventing her from getting what she really needs. All right, you're safe now.
Pred won't do anything, Mr. Chavez.
No, but I mean, I could see your demeanor shift. As soon as he arrived, you began to feel a bit of anxiety that maybe the questions you ask me and the things we talk about might come across as maybe unprofessional. Maybe you may not seem tough enough. But it's okay, I understand. Look, you want to solve this case. If you have any questions, I can give you as much as I can answer. However, I do not appreciate that last comment that you're giving me things when I'm not giving you anything, when I'm only telling you everything that I know.
That makes sense. I'm just saying, the inconsistencies in statements is really where it's lacking, I guess.
I want to be sure that you have the guy that I've seen.
I'm
Because you don't-
positive.
Convince me, because I really, my concern is...
I need you to trust me, just like you needed me to trust you to come here, even though Pred got
Okay.
shot here.
All right. Can I ask, is he at least white?
Yes.
And he's
Mr.
blonde?
Chavez. Possibly.
Fucking goddamn it. All right, let's assume
Anyone
this
can
is,
dye their hair.
let's assume this is the right guy, and let's assume that there's not a third person in the city with a name that rhymes with Donnie Doodle. But what else is it that you want to know? It sounds like right now everything is at a standstill outside of you being able to find out who this taxi driver is. And I'm hoping that these questions... Do you know what Socratic questioning is? Do you? You know what Socratic questioning is?
No, I don't. You want to tell me, Mr. Chavez?
Of course. A lot of people confuse my conversations with me trying to pull information, which it is true that sometimes I learn some things along the way because I can retain information pretty well. However, Socratic questioning, when you're at an impasse like we are now, where we don't know what avenues might still exist, by asking questions and getting answers, it starts to make you think about the question that's being asked, and it can cause you to have like a eureka moment, that maybe there was something that we didn't think about before, that maybe there was a little piece of information that may have seemed irrelevant in the moment. Oh, that's Pred.
How do you know that's Pred?
I don't. I'm just fucking with you. It's not actually Pred, is it?
It might be. It might actually be.
Okay.
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, take a look.
It might actually be.
Okay. If this comes back and bites me in the ass,
Okay, Mr. Chavez,
I'm
my
gonna
sheriff
lose
gets
my
shot
mind.
twice after having conversations with
yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, listen, I took my chance for bringing you over here.
There's also shots fired just south of us.
All right. Well, I hope that you
Did you
look
do
into
that?
the. I never had anything to do with anything revolving around Pred getting shot.
What about the shots fired just south of us,
No.
Mr. Chavez?
Absolutely not. But
You sure?
whoever you catch, I hope you fully investigate their involvement with whatever transpired right now and whatever transpired that day.
I'm
But
looking
anyways,
into it the best of my ability, but yes,
Okay.
I understand your theory about the questioning. It's basically verbal brainstorming.
exactly. And so, don't confuse me asking questions as me trying to pull information from you, because there would be zero reason for me to do so, right? What would be my motive? If I wanted to hurt this guy, right, there's other ways I can extract information if I really needed to. I am
Such
letting
as?
this investigation happen. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I do. How else did you get information?
How else could I? Or did I?
Either?
I did not. What I'm implying here, Amber, is that if I truly wanted to, I'm sure there's ways that I could get that information if I truly needed.
I believe it.
So me getting this information would be useless, because if I truly wanted it, there's other ways to get it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Kind of like how I knew someone was in the cells earlier today. A lot of, as I mentioned to Pred before, you'd be surprised how many officers talk too much. Especially when the investigation has nothing to do with them.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know. That's why I'm trying to conduct this one a little bit different.
The funny thing is that I recommended Bundy and Doc to Pred when Bassam originally died. And then he conveniently forgot that when he started accusing me of being involved.
I will say something, Mr. Chavez. You know how you basically said by me standing next to Pred, it meant that I believed in his ideals? Either that or other people would think that I do?
Yep.
Well, that applies to you too. You know that, right?
I would agree with that.
So if you feel that way about me, then you should understand why people feel that way about you.
Who do I stand next to when I make statements?
Just think about it, Mr. Chavez. You're not dumb.
I mean, I don't think there's a one-to-one correlation, but I think I understand what you're saying. If you're trying to imply that because I may be friends, business partners, you know how many friends and business partners I have? Because I hope you understand, I employ like about 200 people in the city. Take a look at my MDT sometime.
I have.
So anyways, back to the questioning. Has the judge, has Thomas at least been questioned? If not, I feel like if Thomas can set a timeline, like I said, he arrived about a minute or two later. There is no way that he would have seen my tweet and then subsequently seen the tweet and then made it to the courthouse in a minute. He would to have been waiting there. How long was he waiting there? Did the judge see him there before? Did, was he doing anything that the judge may have noticed? Is it possible, and this is just speculation, that he was stalking her? Because it's very convenient that he showed up and then you see where I'm going with this?
I do. That maybe he had been following her and you just didn't notice because you were preoccupied in having a mayoral meeting with your campaign manager in the office. But since Thomas was waiting outside, maybe she noticed because he got there so quickly that maybe he was
exactly
just prepared for it.
I don't remember if Drea was there already, but if she was, that's I feel like if you haven't already, maybe that's a path to consider. I've been thinking about this for a while, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. In all honesty, Thomas's name, this was the first time she came up being present. I was trying to get the names for the rest of the people in that meeting so that I could potentially ask them if they remember anything specific about this guy. And Drea didn't remember anything.
Sophia's not going to know anything.
Yeah, well,
she's so fresh to the city, I don't even know if she knows who Drea is.
She didn't know what abuse of power was either.
I'm sorry?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I wish I had more, but
Actually,
I don't.
I have some specifics. Do you remember anything that he wrote down on the piece of paper to you?
It would have been... Oh, that's actually a good question. You find the notebook, you take a pencil, and you see... Okay.
Are you trying to...
What? Well, I'm saying
if you found the notebook... Cinderella shoe his handwriting?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought about this, but would you remember his handwriting? Because
no.
Drea,
I would not have been able. I would not have been able to. I was standing behind the desk, and he was standing on the other side. However,
yeah.
If you were to find a notebook, and that notebook contained something about Kiki Chanel and the fashion police, then that was the guy I saw. Are you trying to confirm whether he was there?
Yep.
That's all you need?
Yep.
Okay, see, that's why I needed this information, because now I can think along those lines, and maybe I can give you something that might be valuable. So, outside of the people that I mentioned that were there, there was Kiki Chanel, and I mentioned the fashion police. Okay, what else did I fucking mention? It was a bunch of like just stupid ideas that were coming out. The next was creating a big cabinet. There would have been something about business proposals. As I had meant, because we had talked about, and he was writing all down, is that Andy Jones and Denzel, they always did all the business proposals between them and maybe at most two other people. So they had, so their workload, very visibly, was always too much. So the solution would be having a very wide cabinet. someone gave their business proposal. Drea read a business proposal. That's what it was. I told her to read a random business proposal, which she did, and then I either approved it or didn't approve it. Given that this guy, the intern's task was to write down these sort of things, if you find anything related to the notebook or like pieces of paper that indicate he would have been interning for a mayor, that's all you need, I think.
Okay. That's good to know. But now you understand why the taxi driver is so important.
Yeah.
It's almost critical.
I'm going to think about this, and I'll see if I come up with anything.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Anything else from me?
No. Well, other than I'd appreciate, accusations like previous, not coming my way.
I didn't accuse you of anything, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm just trying to find out who actually did it.
All right.
Okay. If you figure anything else out, let me know.
Okay, I will. You take care.
Bye, Mr. Chavez.
Wait, stand right there for just 2 more seconds.
Okay, I'm getting in and out of here.
I love how much shaded out the cops get. A lot of people, not just cops, get shaded out with the way that Nino talks. Because Nino, more than half the time Nino asks questions isn't because he's trying to extract information. That is actually almost never the case. But he's trying to understand the full problem set, right? Because, and I think maybe it's a side effect of, because I play Nino, right? And that way of thinking falls into his thing, is that by understanding the problem set and understanding the full scenario, who is there, what are you missing? Well, now I can better try to give you what you need. And I'm glad that she, I think, realized that enough to tell me she needs to place the guy there. So now maybe I can try to remember something that happened there that might actually help. You know what I mean? That might be what Brian does. I don't even know. I don't even think about that, to be honest. But I do hear often Nino's just trying to get information when it's more like, no, I'm just trying to understand exactly what's going on.